welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Today I've arrived in Cairo to start a 9-day trip in Egypt. Egypt is a country I wanted to visit since I was 8 years old. My school was organizing a trip to Egypt for a very select few students and it was very expensive, so I didn't go that time, but I wanted to visit ever since. As you already know, I'm a big fan of architecture, exploring new cultures, and Egypt has so many historic archaeological sites to explore, and obviously the pyramids. Tomorrow we are going to the Giza plateau to see the pyramids and all of that. Tomorrow morning we have a very early start, so I'm gonna go to bed. See you tomorrow. It's the next morning and I just had my breakfast. We are about to leave and it's quite cold in Cairo. It feels colder than London actually. So I finally arrived at the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Always wanted to visit it and now I'm here. It's just unbelievable. It's so big, but at the same time feels smaller than I thought. 138 meters high and 230 meters on the ground, one side of it. Until date, we don't really know how the Great Pyramids were built. There are many theories around it, some of which include that aliens built it, but in my opinion, it was actually built using some ramps, and then they took animals and stones up the ramps. And it looks easier to climb than I thought. I really want to do it, but of course, that's quite disrespectful to the structure. There is a sign that says no climbing to remind people. So now we are gonna enter the pyramid finally. There's a long queue to get in. Some people are feeling claustrophobic inside, and to be honest, even I'm feeling a bit claustrophobic. It's a climb. You can actually see the markings on the stones here, if you see. So we finally arrived in the room where you can come to. It's the middle room. The stones here are each 10,000 kilograms. So this room is called the King's Chamber, and the only thing inside it is one empty sarcophagus. The king's body is actually buried underneath the pyramid. And it's very congested. I'm actually running out of air, so I'm gonna head straight out now. Went inside the Great Pyramid. That's a bucket list thing done. Apparently, only the kings are buried in the Great Pyramids. The queens were buried in smaller pyramids that were constructed next to the big pyramids, like you can see in the distance, those small ones. Our guide also warned us about all the tourist traps here. Like, as you can see, there are camel rides here. But you should be very careful because they'll offer you a camel ride for $10. They'll take you somewhere and they'll drop you off, and to bring you back they'll ask you $50. So be careful. Apart from that, he also warned us that don't give your phones to anyone for photos, otherwise they'll charge you like $20 to $50 for clicking photos. Don't show your ticket to anyone, etc, etc. So a fun fact for you guys, the inscriptions inside the pyramids are in Egyptian hieroglyphs, and the archaeologists could not really decipher the hieroglyphs till they found this stone called the Rosetta Stone that had the same text in 3 different languages: Demotic, hieroglyphs, and Greek. And that's how they were able to first decipher what hieroglyph language really means. And the stone now sits in the British Museum. Surprise, surprise. I think it's the most controversial piece of item that the British Museum holds right now. So now we have come to this panoramic viewpoint from where you can see all the 3 pyramids quite clearly. It's actually a bucket list thing for me to do skydiving here. It's very expensive, happens only once a year. But yeah, maybe someday. Look at that camel, completely dressed up like Santa. Christmas colors. And now we have come to see the Sphinx from up close. As you can notice, the nose is damaged. It's actually the face of a king on the body of a lion. So all those structures that you see there are actually made of granite stone, and they had to bring all of that stone from Aswan by the Nile River. So Aswan is almost 1,000 kilometers away, and it boggles my mind how they managed to get so many such heavy stones from there that long ago. Absolutely blows my mind. In this particular angle, it looks like the Sphinx is kissing me. Now we are inside Pyramid TT. This is more interesting than the Great Pyramid because here you can actually read the Egyptian hieroglyphs quite clearly if you know how to read it. Our last stop for today are the Saqqara pyramids, and behind me is the Step Pyramid, which is the oldest pyramid in Egypt. In fact, it's the oldest stone building in the entire world. It was constructed in 2700 BC, so almost 5000 years old. And I think it's called the Step Pyramid because it was made in different steps of 4 or 5 steps. And from here you can actually see the Giza pyramids as well. They're quite far away but still look quite big. After that, we went to this traditional Egyptian restaurant and I really liked the falafel there. And then we made our way to the airport to catch our flight to the southernmost city of Egypt, Aswan. Finally arrived in Aswan and in my hotel room. What a long day it was. We had a very early start, but we finally saw the Great Pyramids of Giza, as well as the first ever pyramid and stone structure in the world, the Step Pyramid. And yeah, that's a bucket list thing done. I was fascinated by them. Yeah, what an incredible day. And then we had a flight to Aswan. So overall, I'm quite tired now. Tomorrow, we're going to see some temples in and around Aswan, including the world famous Abu Simbel temple. So watch out for that vlog. This is going to be it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
No. Sudan actually it was a part of Egypt kingdom until 1952.
Okay. Yeah. Because I
separated, you know.
Yeah, I remember it.
There was an issue actually. Sudan, they asked it or they asked for the Nubian land to be with them.